Welcome to another episode of Deliberate Dropout. Today we are talking about super skills, everything you need to know to get the bag. What up? What up, Ljupco? All right, lay it on us.
You are a new college dropout. You are a young adult in the real world today. You don't know what you want to do. You don't know how the world works. All you know is that you need to go get started. You need to get experience. You need to hustle. You need to build skills. You don't know what you should be investing in right now. You don't feel like you have a plan. What super skills? What are the things everybody needs to go focus on? The like high income, high impact super skills that everybody needs in their toolkit today.
Yeah, for sure. I think you already said it, bro. Hustle something. Hustle ice cream, hustle cars, hustle real estate. Don't be that is the only skill that gets you unlimited income if you learn how to sell anything. You know what I mean? And it takes a lot, man. First step, freaking humble yourself. You got to, first of all, you're probably going to be going door to door. You're not going to be in a closing role right away. You're probably going to have to go door to door. Somebody's going to tell you to piss off, F you, F this, F that. Don't call me again. You got to be humble, first off. Second, get that prospecting experience. Learn the rejection. We've tapped into in a couple episodes. Door-to-door sales is very highly, that's hands down one of the best ways. If you don't want to do door-to-door, work at a call center. Get the reps in.
Yeah,
I would say prospecting, any type of closing role. So whether you're selling cars, whether you're selling real estate, get that closing experience. It's a different skill set than learning how to introduce yourself and the product.
Yeah.
If you could learn how to sell though, man, you got no cap on your income. The bag is yours. Whatever bag you want, the bag is yours.
Yeah, man. I mean, even if something as simple as like going and waiting tables.
Yes.
I waited tables when I was 18, 19, 20 for several years. Loved it. Loved the job. That's like one of those easy platforms where what I like about it is like the window between where you are today and leveling up and seeing the results of that is so small. Like you could go implement one new sales tactic as a table waiter. Something as simple as like changing your script. Instead of saying, hello, my name is Jack and I'll be taking care of you tonight. Can I get you started off with some drink? Like that's what everybody says. Instead, you like go and create an experience. You know, it's like, hey, can I decorate the middle of your table with an appetizer? Like something crazy that's just like,
hell yeah.
Whatever it is, it's like, that is a good way to go start building that super skill. And it's an avenue that is completely accessible to the average person, regardless of whether they have experience or not. There are opportunities out there to go build that two super skills, the hustle and the sales.
The long hours. I was waiting tables too, bro.
Man.
Freaking 60, 70 hours. I remember one tip, whoever's listening is if you're waiting, one quick tip, what Mitchell said, you got to get creative. Like when you're hustling tables, suggestive selling. You didn't want to do the margarita for $5? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like that, like people are going to be like, damn, give me a margarita, fam. Like, you get what I'm saying? But back to your point, I digress. That's like the inner waiter.
For sure though. No, it's but you learn so many different things there because I think you can expand on this, and I'll talk about some other super skills. Is like, one is customer service, which is a different form of selling, but still, regardless of what value, what role, career, whatever, take care of the customer. So there's selling, helping the customer solve their problem. And then there's like taking care, the delivery, the execution of the sale. I think, waiting tables or doing sales, like waiting tables is a cool one though, is because you are there for the entire sales cycle all the way through fulfillment. And so part of that is you're creating an experience. You are, you're selling, but you're also delivering the actual product. And then you are collecting the bill as well. You are processing the payment. You are basically the full business as somebody who's waiting the table. You are what the person sees when they see Chili's, and which is where I work. When they see Chili's for the entire duration of their, experience dining at that, dining at Chili's, you are Chili's. You are the business owner of Chili's and that particular customer. And so that's what I like about it is like you get the full cycle of knowledge. And so there are so many different super skills. It's the sales, it's the hustle, it's the customer support, it's the transactions, and it's the like being a business owner, thinking about how to create an experience and be valuable. There are all sorts of different skills there. I think the biggest skills there are obviously like the sales, the customer support, the hustle, which transcends any skill.
Any skill for sure. Yeah, dude. That is such, I was obviously in the, like, I was waiting tables too. I remember before I joined Praxis, like I was waiting tables at Houlihan's too. Like the full cycle, I never saw that. Like, that's a very good point. Like up until the customer sits, like they're yours. Take care.
They're yours. Yeah. They're yours until they're on their way out. So make sure they have an awesome, like, take care of the customer, which I think that a lot of people don't see that as an early career opportunity. Like some people think like it's a lowly profession. I think it's such a cool opportunity. And I've always thought, it's like, man, one day I want to make enough money that like I can go work the jobs that like right now financially don't make sense, but would just be fun. Like going and bartending once a month, one night a month, like going in and being like a grocery store, just like customer service person, like you're bagging groceries or you're, helping people find stuff you're stocking shelf, like those types of things where you have a high degree of interaction with other people and you're trying to like make them have a better experience. I think that those are early career experiences that people overlook, the skills and the important fundamentals that you're building there. So what else we got here? So I'm going to throw a couple out.
Yeah.
I think one is emotional intelligence and judgment. And I'm going to pair both of those together. So emotional intelligence is like being able to read the room, being able to, and judgment, it's being able to read the room, being able to read between the lines of somebody's email and interpret what they're communicating implicitly, but they didn't say. It's being on a call and like being able to read somebody's body language and interpret like, are they engaged? Are they not? Are they angry? Are they apathetic? Like these are really, really valuable skills because it allows you to increase the effectiveness of your interactions with other people. And also it shifts you to become more acutely aware of other people, where you're thinking about other people. And I think that's like a good foundation for like getting at what you want out of the world, is like figuring out how to get other people what they want more. And you got to be able to interpret those things first.
Hell yeah, man. And I feel like EQ does not get enough attention. Like it's always IQ, measure the IQ, measure that, take this test, take that test. EQ is like, can you read a human emotion and can you empathize and get to where you want to get emotionally? So speaking facts, bro. So true.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw another one out, then I'm going to turn it back over to you. So another one I like, if I was, 16, 17, 18 again, like what I would do is I would go study every great copywriter. I would go build a collection of all of the greatest ads written of all time, and I would copy them down by hand, word for word. I would go redline them, figure out, why did this work? Why was this effective? And I would do that over and over and over again. I would study the greats. I would read the good books, the Gary Halbert's Boron letters, the Scientific Advertisement, Claude Hopkins, the Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy, Persuasion or Influence by Robert Cialdini. There are so many others, but I would go read those and I would cultivate the muscle of copywriting. How do you write good headlines? How do you hook people's attention and deliver value? How do you get them to respond to something? I think that skill it's becoming more popular and in demand and all of that. And that's great. But like, I think a lot of people talk about it, but they don't go do the work and like try and get results. They're like, hey, I posted some stuff on social media. I wrote some emails. I was practicing copywriting. It's like, no, you weren't. Practicing copywriting is going to figuring out how to how to achieve the desired result before you hit send, and then hitting send, and that desired result happens. And this is useful in your everyday life, from negotiating leases to getting somebody to do work for you, getting a promotion, getting a raise, on the dating market, like in relationship. Copywriting is one of the most practical, highest ROI skills I think you can develop today. And it transcends kind of any other, career or skill area that you're using. So flip it back to you. What else you got?
What else? So other than sales, by the way, I'm getting into that right now. So, I couldn't agree more. If you could learn the art of persuasion by writing, it's, 10 out of 10. Other than sales, man, I would say maybe like super skills. If you could learn how to budget, financial literacy. I wish I knew that, dude. When I look back, 16, 17, 18 years old, dude, I'm over here getting my check. I'm buying a Louis V wallet. Like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? Like, why did I not save that money? Obviously, I'm different now. You know, I got my little investment account, this and that, checking, savings. I'm budgeting everything. I wish I freaking knew that before. I probably wouldn't be in as much trouble as I did early on in my career with my credit cards and all that.
Yeah.
Is that even a super, like, would you consider that a super skill, or am I just?
I think it is. I think that is, because I think it's a foundation for all your other, personal and professional endeavors. It's like, you've got to make sure the foundation is built. You got a sturdy foundation for the house before you start building. Like,
absolutely,
financial literacy is so important, because, if you're stressed financially, that's going to bleed over into the other areas of your life.
Everywhere.
It makes everything else more difficult. I you know what? I got a story on this one too, which I know was a big learning lesson for this person. So I'm going to leave their names out or whatever, but
yeah, for sure.
Early on, there's this kid that's working for me, and I call him kid. He was literally like 16, 17 years old when he came to work for me. And I was in my I don't know, it's like in my mid 20s or whatever, but he's this young guy working at a company with, all of his peers are way older than him. He moved across the country, living on his own. Smart kid, very hard worker, but he wasn't saving money. He wasn't saving money. He was living like at the edge of his means, and he was young, so I'm sure he wasn't like had a ton of excess income or whatever. But instead of like setting some money aside and like save things, he was like buying a ton of crypto all at once, and which I'm not gonna poo-poo the crypto thing. But he wasn't, there were no sound financial literacy, no sound financial footing in place. And so this kid, all of his excess money tied up in crypto, and he had like 200 Ethereum for reference at the time of recording this. I think Ethereum's like $3,300 a pop or something like this. He had like 200 Ethereum, and I think they were like $5 at the time. I don't remember. It was right around there, but he broke his phone. Cost him $1,000 to go get a new phone, and he had to liquidate all of his Ethereum. And today that was a very, very financially expensive decision. Anyway, I tell that story just to introduce the concept. Is like, there, as a young person, there are all these trendy and hip things that I think if you're only doing those things and you're not also building up the true financial literacy, that whenever disaster strikes, it forces you to make those trade-offs where suddenly I have to go destroy all of the work I've put in over here. That may have been good work, investing young, there's nothing wrong with that, but I didn't have a firm financial footing. I didn't, learn all the parts of financial literacy, or I was only doing this instead of like being smart about the full picture. And that can have very significant long-term consequences. As the point here is that, you can't just be doing good in part of it. You kind of got to, expand your full financial literacy.
Yeah, dude. And especially like, if you don't have the right habits for your personal finances, if you open up a business, it's just going to go to your business. If you get married and have kids, it's going to go to your family. So now you're bringing it to your actual like offspring, like that's situated at ASAP, man, ASAP, and then go chase the bag after, I wish I knew that.
Yeah. So I think that's a good one. All right. I'm going to throw one more up here, and then we can wrap up. So the last one, and there are so many other valuable super skills, and maybe we'll riff on this, continue to riff on this, but what I think is like critical thinking. And so this encompasses kind of like problem solving, data analysis, being able to interpret data, being able to read something and comprehend, just critical thinking, the ability to be in a situation, interpret the situation, or being thrust into a problem, interpret the problem, what is the resolution that needs to be, achieved here, and like critically think through the process and everybody that needs, and like the process flow chart of like what all needs to happen in order to achieve this resolution. Like there are so many different applications of it. Like I said, data analysis, problem solving, but critical thinking as a skill is not something that you learn just reading books or sitting in classroom and getting grades. It's something that you have to cultivate by actually being in situations and resolving issues, or by, building the muscle of going out and getting real world experience. You can't just like read about this, because it's something that, you have to be able to draw on when you need it. And if you haven't like built up the right foundation, you don't have those skills. Like when you're you're suddenly in an urgent, tricky situation, like you're going to panic. And critical thinking is what allows you to sit back and be like, you know what, even if this is a stressful situation, I can figure out the steps that need to be gone through in order to have a successful outcome here.
That is so true. Not only that, you learn how to forecast correctly, whether you're forecasting your life decisions, you're forecasting, money, you're forecasting just data, you're working for a company. Being able to forecast, you got to be able to interpret and critically think what's happened up until that point. That's factual right there. That's like, figure that out.
Big talk here on the Deliberate Dropout Show. We will be back again soon. If you are on your favorite podcast platform, go hit subscribe. You're on YouTube, leave us a comment below, smash the subscribe button. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know another topic around the decision to drop out and go and drop into a career, get started successfully strong, whether you got a college degree or not. Drop comments, let us know. We'd love to connect with you, and we'll be back with you again soon on another episode.